If you know anything about me, you know that I explore a lot. Every day I'm out documenting and exploring and seeing and finding and enjoying thousands and thousands of places. Done that for as long as I can remember. Over 20 years. But I've always squeezed all of it into the weekends. I haven't taken a day off of work in 16 years. And today, I'm taking a vacation. So we're gonna see what exploring looks like when I actually have some time. I'm sure I'm gonna see hundreds, if not thousands, of places as I wander through Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona. It'll probably take me, I'm guessing, a couple of years to organize and document and post about everything I see, but I'll try to share a lot of the highlights along the way in real time. Here we go.
That's about the time she turned away, keeping all the things I knew that she said. That's about the time I fell apart, and how I ever could get by without her peace of heart. And so I sit here looking down that way. It's getting cold around here day by day. Well, I've been driving this road and
So I found this place in western Colorado where these roads come together. And it's really big, but more than just how large it is, it's magnificent, impressive. Just trying to decide what to call it.
I might drive all night. And I've been talking out loud cause everything is quiet. And I still remember fighting everything in sight. How the love the wind blows, and now I think we're losing light. And they say it's getting cold out there tonight. Ooh. Well, I could see a million stars last night, and I could see 1,000 travelers fading out of sight. And suddenly I'm thinking about my home and every reason that I have to feel alone. And so I sit here looking down that way. It's so familiar I could find my way. Well, I've been driving this road and I might drive all night. And I've been talking out loud cause everything is quiet. And I still remember fighting everything in sight. How the love the wind blows, and now I think we're losing light. And they say it's getting cold out there tonight.
The thing that started all of my exploring and documenting history and stuff was the monuments the Daughters of Utah Pioneers organization puts up. They were numbered, and for a brain like mine, that was exciting. So if they're numbered, you can try to find them all and track your progress and know when you're done. I quickly found most of them in Utah, but it's always fun to find one in another state. So I'm out here in Denver, and DUP marker 559. One more checked off the list. Just barely made it before the sun went down. That was my goal, so if I didn't, if I was probably 20 minutes later, I probably would have just spent the night here and got this as soon as the sun comes up. But now I can continue on, get another couple hours in. Day 2 of the road trip. Waking up in Kansas, actually right across the border into Colorado. I stopped in Colorado so that I could cross into Kansas in the daylight, because I got out there in the middle of the night in the dark, and at least wanted to grab a picture of the Kansas sign. So snapped that and entered Kansas. Stopped at this little welcome center, rest stop. All over the state I saw all kinds of Wizard of Oz things. Not a surprise. It's a pretty little state. Not a lot to talk about on this day. I was just rushing to drive all the way across Kansas to meet up with my friends in Kansas City. So, enjoy some pictures. So a big part of my exploring is I like to pick something that seems cool and try to collect them all. If you haven't heard of the Carnegie Libraries, Andrew Carnegie, a long time ago, he was a very rich man. He basically said, anybody that wants a library, let me know and I'll pay for it. Over 2,500 cities and places said yes please. About 1,700 of them in the United States. And I like to try to get pictures of all of them. So here is the Goodland, Kansas Carnegie Library. A lot of them are not libraries anymore. A lot of them are not even around anymore. But the ones that are left, I'm going to try to visit and get a picture of.
I grew up just outside this town. My 2 feet tingle, ear to the ground. And my name was Matthew, my name was Sam. And I lived here as my mind wandered around. Stop never know if my mind works too slow. I take my time, but I don't feel weary at all. 'Cause here I
Goodland, Texas, the world's largest easel. 80 feet tall, holding a replica of Vincent van Gogh's Three Sunflowers in a Vase, celebrating art and architecture. I also love that they made the pathway brick, since I was downtown and the streets are made of brick here. This one's a big one for me. 24 years ago, next week, I started geocaching. It was only a year old at the time. The game itself started 25 years ago. 25 years ago, somebody hid that one here in Kansas. It wasn't the first one ever, but it's now the oldest one. The one's older than it didn't last. So for about 24 years, I've been saying, I'm gonna make it over here and find this one. Geocaching has been a huge part of my life. Made so many friends. Found thousands, created thousands for other people to find. And this is the oldest one in the world. Got some trade items, a logbook to sign. There we go. Thank you, geocaching.
You know I've been here before. I'm sure I've been here before. I can hear 1,000 cheers, but there's no one near me. It's a lie, I'm coming home. I feel like I'm coming home. Daylight to thunder, thunder to rain. These old towns stay just the same. And burn down fields in Harland tonight. A poor man always gets it right now. Ali, take my hand now. Travel south through the fields of heather, and we won't feel so alone there. And we'll know just as soon as we can go. Just as soon as we can go. Whoa, whoa, and That's about the time she turned away, keeping all the things I knew that she could say inside. That's about the time I fell apart, and how I ever could get by without her peace of heart. And so I sit here looking down that way. It's getting cold around here day by day. Well, I've been driving this road and I might drive all night. And I've been talking out loud 'cause everything is quiet. And I still remember fighting everything in sight. How the love the wind blows, and now I think we're losing light. And they say it's getting cold out there tonight. Ooh, hi, lie, lie, oh. Well, I could see a million stars last night, and I could see 1,000 travelers fading out of sight. And suddenly I'm thinking about my home, and every reason that I have to feel alone. And so I sit here looking down that way. It's so familiar I could find my way. Well, I've been driving this road and I might drive all night. And I've been talking out loud 'cause everything is quiet. And I still remember fighting everything in sight. How the love the wind blows, and now I think we're losing light. And they say it's getting cold out there tonight. Now I can see her fly like a lullaby. There's no one there beside her. And on this holy road, all you need to know is I can get along till then. I've been driving this road and I might drive all night. And I've been talking out loud 'cause everything is quiet. And I still remember fighting everything in sight. I still remember fighting everything and everyone. And I've been driving this road and I might drive all night. I've been talking out loud 'cause everything is quiet. And I still remember fighting everything in sight. And I still remember fighting everything and everyone at home.
Day 3 was a little bit less eventful than all the rest of the days because all I did was drive with my friend Megan from Kansas City to Alabama. Had to drive pretty long and hard all day long just to get there in time. Stopped, of course, for a few library pictures, but not much. Oh, and we stopped and found a geocache so that I could say that I've found a geocache in Arkansas. I found one in most states, but I had never found one in Arkansas. So, other than a few libraries, a few state border signs, and an Arkansas cache, it was a rather uneventful day. We're finding the oldest geocache in Arkansas. I don't know. Let's see. Where could it be? There it is. Got it. Thanks, Buttercup. Day 4. Here we are in Alabama, a little bit of Tennessee. Magnolia, my favorite flower. So fun to see them again. I used to live down here, so a lot of nostalgia seeing the places I used to see when I lived here. This is my friend Jeremy's beautiful backyard. And we went up to Tennessee, to the town I used to live in up there. Of course, stopping at the historic markers. I drove them crazy with that. And I had to snap a picture of Shoney's because of my good friend Shoney. Just seeing all these sights from when I used to live here. So fun. And we had some pretty awful food here.
Yay! That was a photo.
geocaching in Fayetteville, Tennessee.
The micro code be like that one I found.
I think it said it's a magnetic key holder, so it'd probably be on something metal.
Back there. They wouldn't put it on an air conditioning unit, right? Because that could be removed. Is that how
Yeah,
that works?
it could be there.
Could be.
It might not be on
Does it
something
tell
metal.
you that it's magnetic? Or could it be in the hole in the wall?
If you're
Stick my
looking
hand
for a
in the hole
key
in the
holder,
wall.
it's probably too easy.
Key holder.
Oh, did it say magnetic key holder or just key holder?
No, it says if you're looking for a key holder, it's probably too easy.
Jesus, Lukey, stop nudging me. Oh, yeah.
There are the fake rock key holders. Maybe I made up the magnetic part.
Why is that glued onto the rock?
No idea. It's a big ass rat.
Lukey just nudged me over a hundred times.
My life's like the migrants. There's not a moment of silence, and so I take up my time with you. I take up my time with you, and it seems I've been working in the dark so long, but mine is still true. 'Cause I have seen a miracle indeed. This one goes out for you. Here we go, here we go. My life has passed by before my eyes. My, how they've tried to say goodbye. The station here is quiet, and in the moment I find myself, I can sit down and write for you. I sit down and write for you. And there's people on the road that have nowhere a place to go, and no place to be. Whoa, let them stay and go when they may. This one goes out for you. Here we go, here we go. My life has passed by before my eyes. My, how they've tried to say goodbye. Such a fine time at a place that is easy. We'll find our way there somehow, rippling by. Now they say it gets cold around midnight, and so we take to the daylight, and then I raise up my glass for you. Raise up my glass for you, and I never can believe that all the good things that I see in these hearts of gold. Whoa, so let them stay and go when they may. This one goes out for you. Here we go, here we go. My life's passed by before my eyes.
Welcome, Kirsten.
Oh god. It's so good to see you. Hold on, I gotta put it down and get the hug.
I gotta get the birds off before I take it. Oh my god, we're so happy you made it.
Fine. Hi!
This is awesome.
I was told I was gonna get in trouble if I didn't do one, so. Yeah. Hi, Jacob!
Kirsten is very grateful to Scott for helping her get here.
Oh, I gotta do my thing.
It was Scott! Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Hey, it's Tyler, man. Day 5, I drove around to some of the places where I lived when I lived down here. Did that some of the other days too, but I started the morning doing this. I used to live in these apartments here in Huntsville. Ran up to Tennessee again. Had a nice, fun little day. Nothing too big. It was nice to take a couple days and hang out with friends instead of traveling like crazy before getting back on the road and traveling like crazy again.
Well, we get by now. We're standing in line by this railroad sign, and now she's dancing around by some lonely soul. Never mind the rain that's coming down. And she feels free, but too many people are looking at me. So if you find there's a place for me, we'll take a train that's going south. Day to day she shines as the fields roll on by through these wide open spaces she loves. And she smiles all the way, and every moment she stays, I'm one day closer to home. Well, I don't mind it. I never thought I would live like this, except now and then in my mind, I guess. We'll take a train that's going south in a high la 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 la. pictures to me. And though I don't mind it, I never thought I would live like this. Except now and then in my mind, I guess we'll take a train that's going south. We'll take a train that's going south. Never mind the rain that's coming down. We'll take a train that's going south. And a high-lie-lie, high-da-lie, oh. And a high-lie-lie, high-da-lie, high-lie, high-lie, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Found it.
Hey, if you haven't heard, Jacob's got a battle tonight, 9 p.m. Central. Better see you there. Hey, if you hadn't heard, Jacob's got a battle tonight at 9 p.m. Central. See you there.
Hi, my daddy's battling tonight. So he doesn't spank me. Please go to his battle.
Where are you? Did you hear that there's a battle tonight at 9 p.m. Central?
'Day 6. I left my friends after a couple of fun days with them and took off exploring again. Stopped by some libraries to start the day and made my way down south through the whole state of Alabama from top to bottom, stopping to see some places that I used to live, saying hi to some people, dipping into the corner of Florida just so I can say I went to Florida on this trip, and ending up in New Orleans, Louisiana. "20 years ago, I lived right here in Birmingham, Alabama. I just stopped by to see it again, feel the memories again. My biggest memory from living here was hearing these mockingbirds every morning. They'd copy the car alarms, the car starting, the people yelling, whatever they heard in the city. I always thought it was awesome.
I go her way now. I like the complicated questions that she speaks, and when she laughs out loud, she doesn't laugh about the company I keep. Now that was something. Now that was something, how she made those people sing and how she moved them. I think I'm starting to relate to her again. One day past Memphis, there's a light that's shining on. 2 days in Soho is enough to carry on. Way back in Texas, I think I overheard her talking in her sleep. Something about daisies, something about how they used to fall upon her feet. Now that was something. Now that was something, how you made those people cheer and how you moved them. I think they're starting to relate to you round here. One day past Memphis, there's a light that's shining on. 2 days in Soho is enough to carry on. Whoa. One day past Memphis, there's a light that's shining on. 2 days in Soho is enough to carry on.
Kudzu is a very fast-growing vine, native to Asia, but it was brought here to the south, Alabama, in the 1800s, and it really took over. It's an invasive species. It can grow more than a foot a day. It grows up and over trees and bushes and blocks out all the light from them, so they die. It's amazing to see what it can cover and what it can climb up. All of that is covered in kudzu.
One day past Memphis, there's a light that's shining on. 2 days in Soho is enough to carry on. Whoa. Standing by, I have seen your love fading fast. So paint the dreams you have and make them all last. It's a crazy world I'm finding now, and everything I thought I knew is wrong now. I'm moving on now, and the sky's the shade of gray I haven't seen since winter days. And people stop and say, take care, there's no place for a good man there. So here's to you and all your beggarman fights. So take what's yours and you'll have your room for the night. And she smiles away like she can do, and she doesn't mind the things I'm used to, and all that I used to. I can hear the highway song of growing up and sailing on, and half a world away from me she lies awake as she can be. And oh my, she lives day to day to day now, and she doesn't have to say much, and she holds her life tomorrow, and she's true like faith and sorrow. Have you seen my pride? I left it here. Oh, I'm calling out, but she can't hear it. Sometimes I hear it, and the sky's the shade of gray I haven't seen since yesterday. People stop and say, you're fine, you go one way, then change your mind. And oh my, she lives day to day to day now, and she doesn't have to say much, and she holds her life tomorrow, and she's true like faith and sorrow. And she dances just like sunlight, like the early morning daylight, and she laughs and she won't hide it, and she's true, and she's true. Ha la la la. She flies away, the end of the day is cold, and she won't know it's still. So shine like a light, the end of the night she finds me here, but I don't mind it. I can see the lights go down on Bethel Town, and I can see the banners fly tonight. Somewhere out the cannons are lighting up the sky, and everything is fading into white. I saw on high an angel fly, and looking down upon me there, the stars tonight light up the sky, and everything is quiet. But don't take me wrong, and as I stand here wondering, I can't breathe at all. I can't breathe at all. I can't breathe at all. 'cause I don't know what will become of me. And I have never seen this sort of thing. And I have never felt so many miles away. And everything I know I keep in. And I heard a sound and looked around, but everyone was quiet. Then from on high, an angel choir, a million voices singing, don't take me wrong. And as I'm down here watching, I can't breathe. I can't breathe at all. I can't breathe at all. Someone singing songs out there tonight. Lie, lie, hi, lie, 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 hi, lie, 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 hi, lie, 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 whoa, 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 hi, lie, 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 hi, lie, 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 hi, lie, 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 and still I'll get on. When there's nothing but songs, and there's nothing but songs in my head, in my head now, in my head. Whoa, whoa.
Day 7, New Orleans, Louisiana. I wandered around taking pictures of all the cool stuff I could see there. On the outskirts of town, I found Daughters of Utah Pioneers historic marker, which was very fun for me. And then I drove across Louisiana, enjoying the beauty, up into Texas, until I ran out of daylight. Ready to start the next day, traveling across Texas.
Out here alone in the cold fields, how in the world did you find me at all? I've been marking off the days, may this one pass away. And all that I know, here in this dirty old floor, and I am the fool that you tease in the tavern, and I am the one that you left on the run. So let me go crazy alone in my field. Forgive me if you ever see me break down, and I hope you still come around. Did you see me in the paper all those years ago? Well, I guess my luck was with me, and I guess that you know that I used to be a fighter, and I used to tour the road, and I think it might be better if that's all that you know. My name wasn't Lucky, then I was never alone. And now I'm the fool that you tease in the tavern, when I am the one that you left on the run. So let me go crazy alone in my field. Forgive me if you ever see me break down, and I hope you still come around. So I sit in my fields and remember, and I stare at the ground and I wonder, maybe I should have written, maybe I should have sold, but I think that my fortune tomorrow's untold. And all that I know, here in this dirty old floor, and I am the fool that you tease in the tavern, and I am the one that you left on the run. So let me go crazy alone in my field. Forgive me if you ever see me break down, and I hope you still come around. I'm sitting in my fields, I remember, I'm staring at the ground and I wonder. I've been wandering for miles on the road, and I've yet to find all the places I own. So I push and I shove, and now I'm on the ground, and my mind gets weary and I get around. Now I ought to tell all the things that I know, but my body's aching and I guess it's slow.
New Orleans, Louisiana. Where I usually am in Utah, this is a very common sight. Got one on every corner, LDS Chapel. But not with magnolia trees and geckos on the building. It's a bit more rare down here. Daughters of Utah Pioneer historic markers, also littered all over Utah. Love documenting them. I was surprised to know there was one in New Orleans, so I came to see it. Talks about how back when the early church members were migrating from England, 18,000 of them voyaged from England to New Orleans to get off the boat and go up to Illinois and then travel across with handcarts to Utah. A little bit of Utah Mormon history in Louisiana.
That I love, all that I live, is all I can give her. Be still my heart in this crisis today, and I'll take what's mine, and I'll stand here and say,
Day 8 of the adventure. We are exploring Texas today. It was fun. Traveled across Texas, up into Oklahoma, and back over into Texas. Just a lot of driving and sightseeing.
Take a word from me. I hope you don't get this wrong indeed, but as high up in the trees as you can see, you can see the world around. You only get lost when you touch down, but the information sound that you've received. So don't look now, but I'm talking a lot. I say what I think, and I think I should stop, 'cause that's the way you'll get the best of me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Geocaching in Texas today. There's a historic marker over here about Robert A. Terrell, or in Terrell, Texas. I assume it's named after him. Native of Tennessee, Robert Adams Terrell lived in Kentucky, Missouri, and Louisiana before coming to the Republic of Texas in 1840. You can always count on geocaching to show me the cool parts of an area that I wouldn't normally have a reason to stop at. I love cemeteries, but probably wouldn't have stopped at this one today. It's a micro cache, so I thought it might be on that sign, but it wasn't. Probably in a tree or something. Being in Texas makes me wonder what kind of critters I'm going to run into. Out west, I'm used to what to watch for, but they've got whole different kinds of plants and animals here. Oh, there we go. It's hard to open with one hand. There's a logbook. I'll sign my name on it. And see you on the next one.
It's like laughing in your sleep, but nobody understands the scenes and the stories that you see when you're asleep. And it's all the color green. In India, that's the same to me. There are angels in the trees that you can't see. So don't feel bad about laughing so much. You say what you hear, and you hear quite a lot. But that's the way we'll get the best of these. Now there's a wave out on the sea, and it's small, but it might be the greatest thing you've ever seen. And it's all the color.
The world's largest Bowie knife, over 20 feet long. Fun fact, the Bowie knife was named after David Bowie, after his excellent acting in Crocodile Dundee. Now that's a knife.
One, two, three, four. You say you're fine, and you change your mind, and you climb the tallest tree.
Out here exploring in Oklahoma, and I almost missed this creek. I don't know how people even know it's there. It's a really hard to spot one.
To hang up your dreams, there are roads on the land, like the lines upon my hands, and the deep ones throw shadows on the ground. All around. Ooh. Now I know what you meant. All barnyards and fences tumble down eventually, but we hang around there.
Geocaching in Oklahoma. See what we can find out here. Whoa, grasshopper is jumping all over me. Oh, that was quick. Alright, I will sign the log and see you on the next one.
There's a place on a hill. There's a man who lives up there. There's a hole in the sky, and it rains all the time. But we won't say a word about the war around the world, 'cause it's quiet for now. Where are you? There you.
Roosevelt, Oklahoma. We've got this really cool old WPA built 1930s high school. Two parts across the street from each other. And they've also got this tire man. He stood out to me. Holding a spatula, I suppose. Just love exploring these old small towns. There's the IOF logs over there. And much more. geocaching in Roosevelt, Oklahoma. Old abandoned high school. Tire Man. And geocache.
Care of the day, there is a plane that leaves for England, and if you go now, you'll be with them more than half a world away. And if you pass by, there is a street in New York City, and there is a sign that hangs there singing, "Welcome the lonely to this place." Statues that stand in the middle of time. You saw something moving, you're turning around. What's wrong? 'Cause there's not a shadow about you, and there's not a cloud in the air. So where are you now? There was a field that left you smitten, and what's that your Mary would have written for the blue, red and white? And when you pray, you start to make your way back home, and you start to feel a bit alone, 'cause it's morning back home. Now I saw the chapels of Manchester blow away, and outside your window it's passing, so don't be shy. Let all of them know that you love them. Let everyone know that you're fine. Tell them we're fine. And while she's away, safe in our minds. Now, so don't be shy. Let everyone know that you love them. Let everyone know that you're fine. 'Cause I'm fine. We're fine.
Being from Springville, Utah, we had the Red Devils. I noticed Rubina, Alabama had the Red Devils, and now Dill City, Oklahoma. Red Devils all over the place. You guys know anywhere else? Racing the Sunset. This road trip has been obviously mostly I like to document old buildings and old houses and stuff, so that involves taking pictures, which involves daylight generally. I did get a few pictures in the bigger cities like Kansas City and New Orleans at night because it was bright enough, but daylight is definitely preferred for taking pictures, at least for me. Which means this last 7, 8, 9 days has been nothing but racing the sunset, trying to get as many locations as possible photographed before it dips down. And it's about to dip down, and so here I am racing across Oklahoma, hoping to get to the next thing on my list before it's dark. So I thought I'd take a minute and think back on the trip so far. It's been fun. It's been rough. I'm exhausted. Non-stop rushing for that long, other than a quick break when I visited Paige and Jeremy. But so Friday, I rushed over to almost Kansas from Utah. Actually stopped right before the border so that I could have daylight to get the Kansas sign in the morning. Could have kept going, but stopped at like midnight or 1 in the morning before the border for that reason. It's funny, my aunt was saying I could just grab a picture of the welcome to whatever state off the internet, but I don't do that. I get my own pictures for my website. So, yeah, stopped before the Kansas border last Friday night so that Saturday morning I could grab a picture. Saturday, drove all the way across Kansas and was honestly quite surprised at how boring it was. People talk about states and places being boring, and I usually push back and say that I'm actually really good at finding cool and interesting things anywhere. And I am, and I did find some cool things there. But it was harder in Kansas than anywhere else to find the cool things. There, I'm glad I got to find the oldest geocache in the world there. And I did see a few cool things, but in general, I've never seen a place so hard to find stuff that I'm interested in. So Saturday night, got to Kansas City, had a great time with friends, and Sunday drove from Kansas City to Huntsville, Alabama. But of course, I didn't take the quick route that only takes 11 hours of driving plus stops, because I've never been to Arkansas. So I took the route that takes 14-ish hours plus stops, so I could swing through, went down through Springfield, down to Mountain Home, Arkansas, found the oldest geocache in Arkansas, then over through Memphis, down through Tupelo, and out to Huntsville. So those first 3 days were very rushed, other than going out on the town in Kansas City. The next 2 days, it was nice to not be rushed. Monday and Tuesday, I spent time with the friends that have helped me build the agency down in Alabama. They came from all over the country, and we all met up and had a great time for 2 days. Wednesday, I made my way down all of Alabama, stopping in the towns I used to live in. Even saw an old friend from 20 years ago at Walmart in Clanton. And stopped and met some more TikTok friends. Just had a great time moseying through Alabama. I really want to go back to Montgomery. There was so much history that I want to document there. I've been to Montgomery once before, but I was doing something specific, so I didn't go exploring. So this is the first time I've actually seen how much there is for me to take pictures of there, and wow, I want to go back. That's probably the place I want to go back to the most from this trip. I dipped down into Florida just so I could grab the Welcome to Florida sign, because I've been to Florida actually lots of times, but I always flew in, so I've never been to the border of Florida. From there, down by Pensacola, I cut across the bottom of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, into Louisiana, and got to New Orleans. And New Orleans, wow, I have never seen anything like it. the dirtiest place I've ever seen and the most intriguing and fascinating place. I was amazed. Pretty much walked around all night because it was amazing with the architecture and the way they put the town together. It was awesome and disgusting all at the same time. So that was Wednesday. Thursday, I drove up Louisiana. I was amazed at how much water there is everywhere. Like between Baton Rouge and what was that? Lafayette? Anyway, it's like a 60-mile causeway bridge across the bayou where the road is perfectly straight for like an hour and just up on stilts above swampy waters. I just kept imagining how fun it would be to go down in there and run into an alligator or a snake or something. Made it up to the Dallas area from New Orleans. That was Thursday, yesterday. Friday, got up and the plan was to go from Dallas to Albuquerque. But Dallas traffic was a mess. I even tried to go around the town, but that's a huge town, and my choice of which highways would skip around town and miss the traffic was wrong. So I sat in traffic for hours and hours and hours. So I'm definitely not to Albuquerque. But I am in Oklahoma. I'm almost to I-40 and Old Route 66, which Route 66 is fun and fascinating for me. But I've really only explored it in Arizona and California. So now I get to explore it a little bit in Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, and we're getting pretty close to home. It's been interesting to see the different states and what they're like. Oklahoma is, when I used to watch old Western movies, every town in Oklahoma feels like that. I like how they have a little downtown area of a couple blocks where they have the bank and the store and the school and a couple things, and then everybody else just lives out around just the fields, all the cornfields and everything. Like I said, Louisiana had all that water everywhere. Mississippi and Alabama, I already knew how they felt and what they looked like, because I used to live there. Anyway, it's a big, beautiful country. I love the variety. I love everything about it. It's lovely to just see more of it. These Buc-ee's are so popular, I had to come check it out. It's a lot of gas pumps. It's like about 60. I've seen one that had 100 in Vegas, but other than that, I think that's the biggest I've seen. Day 9. Honestly, I'm a little bit tired by this point. Kind of excited to just hurry and go home. But I still have all of Texas and New Mexico to drive across. And then most of Utah. So today is, as I just mentioned, driving across Texas, reaching New Mexico, driving across New Mexico. I did stop and see a friend in New Mexico. And finishing off an awesome 9-day trip all the way across the country and back.
I see muddy water and I see miles of sky. There's something so familiar here when the caravan rolls on by, on by. So tell me, have I been here? I've seen this place before, where rivers shine like a river should, where strangers ask for more. Now I don't mind our simple conversation, and I don't remember very much at all. Now and then I hesitate when I'm trying to find my place, but I don't know where to go. Moses was a traveler and Joseph was a saint. They wandered up and down the desert here, and the caravan took their weight. And now I don't mind our simple conversation. No, I don't remember very much at all. Now and then I hesitate when I'm trying to find my place, but I don't know where to go. I have been to Paris, and I have been to Rome, and I have come so far this time. So caravan, take me home. So caravan, take me home. So caravan, take me.
the world famous Albuquerque Holiday Inn.
Right here is the best of my days, but I don't really know it. Yes. And every place I see a little cloud up in the air. But I don't think about it. I get by without it. Down in the streets below, there are people moving slowly. Hold up your little hand and say, you know I never really know that. Hold up your other hand and say, I didn't understand a word. But I don't think about it. I'm fine without it. Down in the streets below, there are people living slowly. Like the roses at your feet, at the matador's feet, like a long and winding road, like a river flowing. Oh, 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 I never really felt that good about the happy